Hi guys and welcome back to Piggy Crumbs. I thought I would do a kind of another updates video today. Unfortunately I haven't uploaded a video I think for the last 2 Sundays. Apologies for that. It's just been super duper busy here at Piggy Crumbs HQ with my full-time work, my small business on the side. Yeah, just crazy. But you will see that one of the things that has drastically changed is the piggies cage. So I will have in the cards right now and a link down below to our last kind of cage tour video, which obviously had all 4 piggies together in a CNC cage. It was a huge one. It was at the side of the room here, just here by the window and things, which was lovely. But I've been thinking for a while about doing kind of a piggy cage with a TV unit, which is what you can kind of see here. It's not perfect. I'm still working on it. But this is kind of phase 1 done, so I wanted to do a kind of video about it. So my main reason for doing this was, with them here, what I was finding is that they were, although not in direct sunlight, because they've obviously got an outer wall, an inner wall, and then here, I was finding that it was a little bit cooler in the winter, and it was also a little bit warmer in the summer. So although I liked them having the daylight from that window, I was also conscious that it wasn't necessarily the best place for them to be. So you will see that where they are, it still has fantastic sunlight here, and we've not even got the sun on the house here at the moment. It's just coming over to this side. So I'm a mid-terrace, so the only window is actually this huge kind of door window here. So yeah, let's have a look. So it's a kind of Ikea hack cage. The original kind of table bases make the base of this cage for solidness, so that obviously it's a structure, as well as it helps obviously in terms of a nice flat cage for them. And then it has 3, so 1, 2, 3 of the 2x2 calyx units, except it's only got the 2 squares in the top of all of them. I've not added obviously the base there and then the other shelf, so all this is their cage, as it were. So the cage has almost like 3 sections, and at the moment they're all asleep, so I've closed the cage and I've obviously vacuumed and everything just to make it more presentable for you guys. Also, it's Saturday morning and that's just what I do. I like to clean the house on a Saturday morning if I'm not out and about. So yeah, so what I do now is, unfortunately Rocky is still separate, so you'll notice a bit of perspex there just to separate that section from these 2 sections. I started off with the 3 boys in this one, and then Rocky was basically in a 2x3 CNC. In fact, it was a 2x4, and then I reduced it slightly to a 2x3 CNC kind of here. It took a lot of space out the room. I was finding that when they were out for floor, these 3 were out for floor time, they were just winding Rocky up. When Rocky was out for floor time, he was just winding them up. Just Rocky being Rocky. And so what I've done is, although this is like a 2x2 and a bit CNC, and this is, you can see, like a 2x4 and a bit CNC, and although it does have the kind of separates there, they are very regularly, that opens, and then for Rocky that opens, so they are regularly out for floor time. Obviously Rocky does not come out at the same time as these 3 at the moment because Rocky's being Rocky. So yeah. And then when they're out for floor time, I also grid this bit off, just because it has a few wires there that I need to tidy up. And also they like to poop under there, so I like to just corner that off from them. So yeah, let's have a look. So my idea is obviously to trim these are the old table legs as well, is to trim these off so that it's all the right level. And then I'm not sure, this is why I've not rushed into it yet, just because I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Ideally, I want to perspex all of this bit round it, or definitely I want to perspex all the front bit. but I need to figure out how I'm going to attach the water bottles if I do that, and then how I'm going to allow the openness, because I really like Rolo especially. The others are fine, but Rolo especially doesn't like being handled. I'm very aware of that. He'll be handled if he needs to be, but he really doesn't like it. So for him to feel comfortable, I really like being able to open the cage and for them to run around, have fun. They can then go back, have a drink, eat hay, have a sleep, come back out. Like, it just extends their cage, but it gives them the familiarity of their cage as well. That's what I really like about the floor level cages. So let's have a closer look. So the other reason for putting Rocky on the end of this was that I was finding that these three were pretty much only using 2 of the sections anyway. They really weren't using that end section themselves, so it kind of made sense to also put Rocky there. So let's see who we can find. So I think we've got a Gus under there. You can't really see him. There he is, his little nose. And I'm still using the old liners, and you can see I've had to just kind of add a few extra pads here and there just for filling in gaps. And I am going to line the base of this with like a wipe clean, it's very difficult to say, tablecloth, just to help the wood and things. I'm not too worried, like all the pads and stuff are absorbent, and obviously this Ikea stuff is really easy to wipe clean and that, but I just want to add that wipe clean tablecloth, just for extra kind of longevity and things. And then if like in the high traffic areas, if it does stain on the floor or anything, I can just get a new tablecloth and we're done. So yeah, I've also got, because it's quite hot, we're having a heat wave in the UK at the moment. My house isn't too bad inside, but I'm warm, so I'm figuring that they'll be warm. So we've got the frozen water bottles just wrapped in towels at the moment. I am going to be kind of investigating the water bottle socks idea. I have investigated that before, but very quickly. Like, I make my own heat pad covers, so it would be kind of the same philosophy for the water bottles. So stay tuned for that. They will be available at our shop if I am successful in doing so. And if you didn't know, we have a shop. It's called Popcorning Piggy. And the link is down below. We sell cards, stickers, healthy treats such as pea flakes at the moment, but the shop will be rapidly expanding in the future for more products. And yeah, so we've got obviously the usual setup. Got a new bed for the boys. This is from Pigs, and it's a lovely kind of tropical print, and Digger especially is loving life in that at the moment. Then the other section, I've just kind of put some Corex in at the moment, just because the white tablecloth hadn't arrived when I had done this, so this is like an interim. I don't really want to keep the Corex. That I don't like the look of it in the cage. That was one of the things I really wanted to change, so that will be coming out. And at the moment I'm lining it with newspaper, just because it's easier. I do have a load of bedding left though that I want to use, and then I'm contemplating not using bedding like this in the future. But let me know down below how you guys do your like hay sections with fleece, or if you don't do it with fleece because of the same issues I have. Like, it just, especially with 3 piggies, like with Rocky, he doesn't at the moment, and he's not too bad. Like, hay goes everywhere, but you can wipe it up. But with these guys, like, if I did fleece on here, I'd be changing the fleece every day, which is fine. But if I can do anything disposable, it's just a lot easier to clean. I can throw it away, because these guys especially, well, Rolo and Digger, who are, oh, that was sensible, Sam, put your finger right on the camera. Digger's here, that's a bum. And then if we scare Rolo, there's a Rolo. These guys especially are very litter trained. They religiously go in both of those corners. which is nice. It means that section stays very clean. It just means that obviously if this was fleece, like, it would just be a nightmare. But yeah, let me know what you guys do. And then this is just a hay rack that we had from Etsy, I think. Really like this. Again, this is quite bulky. I'd like it to be a bit more open, so I'm trying to think at the moment of how to do either hay bags. I don't really want to put them here because obviously I then can't see in, but maybe how to do things under here, such as a hay bag or a hay rack or something. Let me know again if you have anything similar like that. But at the moment that is working very well. I've cleaned it all out this morning, so it doesn't look like they have much hay, but what they tend to do is pull this all out and then they fill it back up and chaos ensues. Hi Rolo. Okay, bye. See, skittish piggy. And then Rolo obviously has this perspex here. I've clipped it here and I've put a brick there just because I have no way of like keeping it there. So at the moment, like, they can try and pull on that, but that brick is going to mean that it's not going anywhere. And that's been in for a week, and I contemplated, like, would the brick fall over, but they're not strong enough to knock that over, so that's fine. Rocky has a hay bag, like you can see. It's a little bit messy, but not too much. He's also got his own frozen water bottle. Hey Rocky! Hey buddy! And then he's got his water bottle just here as well. And they've got some nice fairy lights that they luckily don't touch, but I'm keeping an eye on them in case they do, especially like on top of hidey tunnels and things, but so far they're not bothered by them. Here's Rocky. Update on Rocky's eye as well is that the little beep I can't remember how far back I filmed a video now. This is part of the reason why I haven't been filming videos. But Rocky's eye was really good. It was in the last stages of healing, but the vet was very aware that the last bit probably wasn't going to heal because it was really quite far apart. So they put stitches in it again just to help it heal. Mr. Rocky scratched them all out. Then they put, didn't you, Mr? So here's his eye. It's not looking great at the moment, but it's looking much better than it did the other day. Oi! Do you mind? Oi! Do you mind? That's very rude, isn't it? It's very rude. So yeah, so he scratched the stitches out. Then they put stitches and staples in so that it was double. He scratched, well, okay, they were still in. Unfortunately, he scratched open another section of his eye open, as he does. So then they did stitches, and then they basically put this gauze thing over the top with the stitches. It looked really good. It was going to protective. It was going to mean that if he scratched it, he was going to scratch the gauze, not the stitches. And yet he still managed to scratch the stitches which held the gauze in place and then scratch open the eye. So myself and the vet, but very much myself, said, right, that's it. We'll leave it open. I'll clean it every day. We'll let it heal as much as possible. And that is just the way his life will go. So he will not look the best. Well, yeah, you'll always look a bit dodgy now. But that's Rocky for you. The pig who has neurological issues, and which I think is part of the reason why it's affecting his behaviour as well. I think he's either got a little bit worse in the neurological sense, or I don't know, it's something's annoyed him with Rolo. Like, the other two I think he's fine with, but he absolutely despises Rolo for some reason. Like, Rolo's fine with him, but he looks at Rolo, well, he smells Rolo because he's blind, and it just sets him off into like almost like a wild frenzy. Like, I've had to put perspex all around his cage and the others just because Gus is a serial bar chewer, but I've had to do Rocky's because he was just absolutely going at the bars every time Rolo would walk past. So obviously he can't see that they're next door through the perspex. They can see him, but he, because he's blind, can't see them. but he knows that they're next door, and he can stretch his nose to the top. So him and Gus have touched noses a few times there. Gus, I've tried again with Rocky recently, and Gus just wasn't having it. So I think unfortunately Mr. Rocky just winds everyone up, don't ya? Don't ya? Silly pig. But he's absolutely fine on his own. Like, he's just craving a treat right now. That's why he's chewing the vase at the top, because he knows I'm here and he can hear that I'm filming a video. But he is absolutely fine on his own. So I am one that very much says that guinea pigs should not be on their own. Ideally, they should always have at least one pair of boy or girl, obviously the same sex, or if neutered, then the opposite sex, with them. But there are many different cases, and with the case with Rocky, because he has his health issues and his neurological kind of issues, I think he's actually going to be better on his own. So I'm not actually even going to try to bond them again, just based on a few experiences that I've had and watching the behaviour when they've not been together but know each other are there. So Rocky is going to be a solo pig, but like I say, he's right next door. They can talk to each other, they can touch noses over there. So it's not as if he is fully on his own. And obviously he gets human contact with me every day, even if he doesn't like it because I have to clean his eye, but he gets the pea flakes, so he's happy. So yeah, so that's the update, and that is, let me move back, the cage. So you can see he's still got quite a bit of room to move around there, and then this side of the cage basically opens up and he can come out and have all this floor space. So, another updates video. I promise there will be much more kind of topic videos coming up. I'm working on a plan for this channel, so stay tuned. And thank you very much to all the lovely new subscribers that we've had, and thank you to everyone who stays subscribed. We're very appreciative of it. The piggy and I love you very much for doing so. Don't forget to like this video, comment obviously relating to the hay and other things that I mentioned, the questions I had for you. Share this video if you wanted to share maybe the kind of Ikea hack with someone who's maybe thinking of how to work a piggy cage into their house space, because as much as the CNC cages are great, they obviously take up a lot of space, but I think you can have a large piggy sized cage with your living space as demonstrated here, so it is possible. And yeah, if you haven't already, check out our shop in the description below. Like I said, we have lots of products available. We ship worldwide. The only product, unfortunately, we can't ship worldwide is pea flakes, and that's just due to food export restrictions. But all our other products we ship worldwide. Yes, so thank you very much, and we will see you very soon for another video. Bye, guys.